राधा माधवा जय कुंजरी प्यारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरधरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज चर रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंजरी प्यारी जय राधा माधव राधा माधव रानी जय जगन्नाथ जय बालदेवा सुभद्रमयी जय सुदर्शन जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय जगन्नाथ जय बालदेवा सुभद्रमयी जय सुदर्शन जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततोदयमुदीरये नष्टप्राय सुभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिभवत्यदैतिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय इन्द्राम् इन्द्रिया कामस्तु प्रजा कामः प्रजापतिं देवीं मयां तु श्रीकामस्तेजस् कामो विभवस्सम् वासु कामो वासून् रुद्रान् वीर्य वीर्यवान् अनन्द्य कामस्तु अदितिं स्वरंग कामो तिथिसुतान् विश्वान् देवान् राजय कामः सदानयान् संसदा को विषम आयुष कामो स्विनावो देवा पुष्टि काम इलम जयत् प्रतिष्ठा कामः पुरुषो रदासी लोकमंतरायो रुद्रविक्रमग्राम गंधवरान श्रुति स्त्री कामो अप्सरा उर्वशीं अधिपतिया कामः सर्वेषां यजाता परमे स्थितम् यजास् कामः कसो कोश कामः प्राचितासं विद्या कामस्तु गिरिशां दमा यत्रात उमासितं दाम्पत्यर्ता उमा सतीं ब्राह्मण वर्चस कामस्तु यजता ब्रह्मणः पतिं परम ब्रह्मणपतिं इंद्रम इंद्रिया कामस्तु प्रजा कामः प्रजापतिं देवीं पयां तु श्री कामस् तेजस् काम विभवसन् वसु कामो वसून् रुद्रान् वीर्य कामोता विरयवान् अनाद्रय कामस्तु अदितिं स्वर्गा कामो दिति सुतान् विश्वान् देवान् राजाय कामः संदयान् संसदा को विषयम् Ayush Kama Sivana Deva Aswini Devo Ayush Kamo Ashwini Devo Pushti Karma Kama Ita Ilam Yata Yajat Prasta Kamaha Purusho Nadasi Loka Rudasi Loka Mataro Ruda Bikama Gandharvan Sri Kamo Apsara Urvasim Adipatiya Kamaha Sarvesham Yajata Parameste Nam Yajanam Yajat Yajas Kamaha Kosa Kamaha Prasitasam Vidya Kamastu Girisam Tampaya Yatra Umasatim Brahmana Varchasa Kamastu Yajeta Brahmanaha Patim Indram Indriya Kamastu Tu Praja Kamaha Prajapatin Devi Mayam Tu Sri Kamas Tejas Kamo Vibhavasam Vasukamo Vasun Rudran Viraja Kamo Ta Virajavan Ananadya Kamastu Aditim Sarvanga Kama Diti Sutan Aditi Sutan Vishwan Devan Rajaya Kamaha Sandayan Sam Sadayoko Vishyam Ayush Kamos Aswini Devo Pushti Kamo Kama Ilam Yajat Prastishaha Kamaha Purusho Radoshi Loka Mantaranu Mataro Rupa Bikama Gandharvan Sri Kamo Apsara Urvasim Adipataya Kamaha Sarvesham Yajata Paramesitanam Yajanam Yajat Yajas Kamaha Koso Kamaha Pastitasam Vidya Kamastu Girisam Dampat Yatiraya Umasati word by word meaning Brahma the absolute Varchaso effulgence Kamaha tu but one who desires in that way Ejate do worship Brahmanaha of the Vedas Patim the master Indram the king of heaven Indraya Kamaha tu but one who desires strong sense organ Praja Kamaha, one who desires many offspring, Prajapati, the Prajapati, Devim, the goddesses, Mayam, onto the mistress of the material world, two, but Sri Kamaha, one who desires beauty, Tejas, power, Kamaha, one who so desires, Vibhavasam, the fire god, Vasu Kamaha, one who wants wealth, Vasun, the Vasu demigod, Rudran, the Rudra expansion of the Lord Shiva, Virya Kamaha, one who wants to be very strong willed, Ata, therefore, Virajavan, the most powerful, Ananadya, grinds, Kamaha, one who so desires too, but Aditi, mother of the demigods, Swarga, heaven, Kamaha, so desire, Aditaha Sutan, Aditi Sutan, the son of Aditi, Vishwan, Vishwadev, Devan, demigod, Raja Kamaha, those who are hankering for kingdom, Sadayan, the Sadhya demigod, Samsadaka, what fulfills the wishes, Vishwam, the mercantile community, Vaishyam, the mercantile community, Ayuha, Kamaha, desirous of long life. Ashwini, as we know, the two demigods known as the Ashwini brothers, Devu, the two demigods, Pushti Kamaha, one who desires a strong built body, Ilam, the earth, Jayat, must worship, Prasthiha Kamaha, one who desires good fame or stability in post, Purushaha, such man, Radashi, the horizon, Loka Mantra Rao, and the earth, Rupa, beauty, Abhikshahamaha, positively aspiring for grand Gandharvan, the residents of Gandharva planet, who are very beautiful and are expert in singing. Sri Kamaha, one who desires a good wife. Apsara, Urvasim, the society girls of heavenly kingdom. Adipatya Kamaha, one who desires that dominate others. Sarvesham, everyone. Yachata, must worship. Paramesitaham, Brahma, the head of the universe. Ejanam, the personality of Godhead. Yajet, must worship. Yeshaha Kamaha, one who desires to be famous. Kosa Kamaha, one who desires a good bank balance. Prasityasam, the treasurer of heaven, known as Varuna. Vidya Kamaha too, but one who desires education. Girisam, the Lord of Himalayas, Lord Shiva. Damapratasya Arthaha, and for conjugal love, Uma Sati, the chastiest wife of the Lord Shiva, known as Uma. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahma Jyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Veda, the Lord Brahma, and Brihaspati, the learned priest. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra. One who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitor called Prajapati. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of the material world. One who desires to be very powerful should worship 5. One who desires only after money should worship the Vasus. One should worship the Rudra, incarnation of the Lord Shiva, if he wants to be great hero. One who wants a large stock of grain should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain the heavenly planet should worship the son of Aditi. One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship the Vishwadeva. One who wants to be popular in with the general mass of population should worship the Sandhya demigod. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigod known as the Ashwini Kumaras. And the person desiring a strong built body should worship the earth. One who desires stability in the past should worship the horizon and the earth combination. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of Gandharva planet. And one who desires to be good wife should worship the Apsara and the Urvashi society girls of the heavenly kingdom. One who desires dominations over the others should worship the Lord Brahma, the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead, and one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna. If one desires to be the greatly learned man should worship the Lord Shiva, and one who desires a good material relation should worship the chaste goddesses Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. Purport: there are different modes of worship for different persons prescribed desiring success in a particular subject. The conditioned soul living within the purview of the material world cannot be expert in every type of materially enjoyable asset, but one can have considerably influence over the particular matter by worshipping a particular god, demigod. As mentioned above, Ravana was made to be a very powerful man by worshipping the Lord Shiva, and he was used to offer served head to the pleasure of Lord Shiva. He became the powerful by the grace of the Lord Shiva, but that all the demigods were afraid of him until he was at last challenged by the personality of Godhead Sri Ramchandra, and thus ruined himself. In other words, all such persons who aspire after gaining some or all the material object of enjoyment or the gross materialistic person are on the whole less intelligent. As compared in Bhagavad Gita 7.2, it is said that those who are benefit of all good sense or those who are intelligent in is withdrawn by the deluding enjoy energy of the Maya, aspiring to achieve all sorts of material enjoyment in their lives by pleasing the various demigods or by advancing in material civilization under the head of the scientific progress. The real problem of life in the material world is that to solve the questions of birth, the death, old age and disease. No one wants to change his birthright. No one wants to meet death. No one wants the old or invalid, and no one wants disease. By these problems are solved neither by the grace of any demigod nor by the so-called advancement of material science. In the Bhagavad Gita as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam, such a less intelligent person have to be described as a devoid of all good senses. Buddha Goswami said that out of 84 lakh species of living entity, the human form of life is rare and valuable, and out of those rare human beings, those who are conscious of material problem are rare still, and still the more rare person are those who are conscious of value of Srimad Bhagavatam, which contain the message of the Lord and the pure devotee. The death is inevitable for everyone, intelligent or foolish. But Parikshit Maharaj has been addressed by the Goswami as the manist or the men of highly developed mind. Because of at the time of the death, he left all the material enjoyment and completely surrendered onto the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing this message from the right person, Sukadeva Goswami. But aspiring for the material enjoyment by the enduring persons are condemned. Such aspirings are something like intoxication of the degraded human society. The intelligent person should try to avoid these aspirants and seek the instant of permanent life by returning home back to Godhead. So we will proceed with the sloka number 8. Dharmatra uttama slokam tantu tanvan pritan yajat raksha kamaha punaya janan ojas kamo marut ganan dharmarata uttama slokam tantuha tanvan pitra yajat raksha kamaha punya janam ojas kamo mridganan dharma martaha uttama slokam dharmarata uttama slokam tantu tanvan pitran yajat raksha kamaha punya janan ojas kama marud gunan dharma arthaha. For spiritual advancement, uttama slokam, the Supreme Lord or a person attached to the Supreme Lord. Tantuha, for offspring, Tanvan, and for their protection, Pitran, the residents of Pitraloka, Ejat, much worship, Raksha Kamaha, one who desires protection, Punya Janam, pious person, Oja Kamaha, one who desires strength should worship, Marut Gunana, the demigods. Translation purport by His Divine AC Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one should worship Lord Vishnu or his devotee for spiritual advancement in knowledge and for protection of a heredity or advancement of dynasty. One should worship the various demigods. Purport: the path of religion entitled making the progress on the earth on the path of spiritual advancement, ultimately reviving the eternal relation with the Lord Vishnu in this personal effulgence. His localized Paramatma future and the ultimate his personal future by spiritual advancement is knowledge, and one who wants to establish a good dynasty and be happy in the progress of the temporary body relation, should take shelter of the Pitrus and the demigods and other pious planets. Such different class of worshipper of different demigods may ultimately reach the respective planet of those demigods within the universe. But he who reaches the spiritual planet in the Brahmajyoti achieves the highest perfection. Sloka number 9. Raja Rajaya Kamo Manu Devan Nirtam Tu Abhicharan Yajat Kama Kamo Yajat Samam Akamaha Purusham Param Rajya Kamo Manu Devan Nirtim Tu Abhicharan Yajat Kama Kamo Yajat Soman Akamaha Purusham Param Rajaya Kamo Manu Devan Nirtim Tu Abhicharan Yajat Kama Kamo Yajat Samam Akamaha Purusham Param Raja Kamo Manu Devan Nirtam Tu Abhicharan Yajat Kama Kamo Yajat Sama Somam Akamaha Purusham Param Raja Kamaha. Anyone desiring an empire or kingdom, Manunu, the Manu, semi-incarnation of God, Devan, demigod, Nirtam, demons, too, but Abhicharan, desiring victory over the enemy, Ejat, should worship. Kamaha, one who desires sense gratification, Ejat, should worship. Somam, the demigod named Chandra, Akamaha, one who has no material desire to fulfill. Purusham, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param, the Supreme. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one who desired demigods, desired domination over the kingdom or the empire should worship the Manu. One who desired victory over the enemy should worship the demons. One who desired sense gratification should worship the moon. But one who desired nothing material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport: for liberated person, all the enjoyment listed above are considered to be the absolute useless. One who are conditioned by the material mode of external energy are captivated by different type of material enjoyment. In other words, the transcendentalist has no material desire to be fulfilled, whereas the materialistic has all type of desire to be fulfilled. The Lord has proclaimed that a materialist who desire material enjoyment and seek the favor of different demigods, as above mentioned, are not in control of their senses and so give themselves to the nonsense. One should therefore not desire any sort of material enjoyment, being sensible, enjoy enough to be worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The leaders of the non-sensational personnel are still more non-sensational because they preach openly and foolishly that one can worship any form of demigod and get the same result. This sort of preaching is not only against the teaching of Srimad Bhagavad Gita or those of the Srimad Bhagavatam, but also foolish. Just as it is foolish to claim that with the purchase of any travel ticket one may reach the same destination. No one can reach Bombay from Delhi by purchasing a ticket for Baroda. It can clearly define herein that a person impregnated with a different desires have different modes of worship, but one who has no desire of material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Lord. So Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, and the worshipping process is called the devotional service. The pure devotional service means the service to the Lord without any intent of material desire. including the desire for fruitive activity and embraces speculation. For fulfillment of material desire, one may worship the Supreme Lord, but the result of such worship is different. As will be explained in the next verse, generally the Lord does not fulfill any material desire for the sense enjoyment, but He awards such benediction to the worshipper of the Lord. For they ultimately come to the point not desire material enjoyment. The conclusion is that one must minimize the desire for material enjoyment, and for this one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who described here as a Param, or the beyond the material, anything material. Sripada Sakracharya has also stated, Narayana Paro Vyakta, Supreme Lord is beyond the material encirclement. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलाशलाख्या चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यविष्टं स्वापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा माया तदां विषं पदाख्यं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागररघुनाथां सवितां च तां साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सागना रघुना सगना ललिता श्री विशाखां च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेष्ठा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचकल्पतरुभिक्षा कृपा सुंदरविता पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्रीवाचार्य। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजनाभिने नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। Hare Krishna, welcome once again for a Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today's very lengthy slokas consists of 2 to 9 and also very big purpose. It's very important because we composed everything together because it's a continuation. So there is no point in we splitting it, and because Sukadeva Swami is not splitted when he is talking to Parishit Maharaj. Similarly, only Vasudeva, Vyasadeva splitted it for our own convenience. So let us recap what was discussed in the Canto 2, Chapter 3, first Sloka 1 on last Saturday. So that if you recap little bit, then you can understand the further classes. Today's Slokas and what is trying to tell. The third chapter is worshipping of devatas will be discussed in this sloka. Neither karma yogi to attain the swarga, nor the ashtanga yogi or jnana yogi to attain the liberation, nor bhakti yoga to attain prema. These are not the goals for them. Some people want to worship demigods for some material benefit. What about that? Some people of the opinion that worshipping of demigods is the best practice. What is the opinion of Sukadeva Goswami on this? So, what Sukadeva Goswami trying to tell? Sukadeva says that in response to your question, what is the highest goal of mankind and means of attaining the goal about the activity of the dying man? I have explained two paths. One is immediate liberation, the other one is gradual liberation. And the path is accepted by the most intelligent is the path of bhakti. It is a critical intelligent person it's a critics of intelligent person to understand, but it is not so critic. It is so elaborately explained. Manushasura Manishyanam. So Sloka 1 it says about that, the last verse. That is a Manushasura, intelligent among the man. So we have particular understanding of intelligence. Let us understand what is talking about intelligence means. We often contradict the intelligence with the faith. There's a confusion there. As faith is a contradicting element, actually faith is a foundation for the intelligence, whether we may accept it or not. Example is, should I use my intelligence or accept it is based on the faith? So this question generally you will come across. You will ask, people will ask you that. Often intelligence and faith are not so diverse. They are the chastised wedded each other. The faith being the husband and intelligence being the wife, or either way. But They are probably wedded each other. Often it is presented by they are the diverse from each other, but it is not the true. So faith and intelligence both are goes hand by hand. Whenever Shastra talks about the intelligent among the men, they have more evolved faith, especially spoken about the worship of the demigod are unintelligent. Unintelligent means they have the less evolved faith. So that's what the last Saturday we have discussed. It. More evolved faith means what? Often addressed as more intelligent. So Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmana Vaishnava Svalpa Punya Vadantaraja Vipasina Vijayate. In this sloka, people say the Svalpa Punya or Svalpa Sukriti, very little Agyana Sukriti. So if you have little, then they cannot understand the glories of the transcendental glories of the Mahaprasad. They can't understand the greatness of the Mahaprasad. From the form of the Lord, holy name of the Lord, Vaishnavas and such people may be addressed as a Mudas. If they are degraded people, we call it them as a Mudas. So Avijnanati Muda, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. The Muda means they have less evolved faith. They didn't have much of faith on that, by which they cannot see how the form of the Lord is transcendental. Otherwise, if we have transcendental way of the understanding, intelligence, then it means that all students, transcendental, it's example for you. Transcendental way of understanding intelligence means, example is IITs, NITs, REC college, they become the first class exalted devotee. But it is not happening because these institutions should have churned Sukadev Goswami, Vyasadeva, Narada kind of people, they should have churned. But they are not doing it. But we are not seeing them happening. Therefore, what it talks about, even the material realm, there are different type of intelligence. One is the analytical intelligence, the other one is emotional intelligence, the other one is, we are calling it a musical intelligence. Even musical intelligence is also there because to understand the raga, the changes of ragas, so they should know the intelligence. Ability to understand, okay. But if it gives a basic mathematics, they cannot able to solve it. They struggle because of the lacking of analytical thinking. This has something to do with the gender also. So it is not only limited to male, it's also limited to ladies also. When Shastra talks about intelligence, it talks about a particular level of peak. When he says that most intelligent among the men, he accepts the path of bhakti. People with the most evolved intelligence has to be understand in that sense. So they are intelligent. That's why so many sages are now going to forest, do tapasya and perfect their life. So women being less intelligent, it refers to some particular type of intelligence. So even the material world often seen that you can't deny that statistic does not tell lie. Some kind of intelligence are gender specific. So analytical intelligence lean more on male gender. Example, no Nobel Award candidates. If we say that women very less, you can say no, can't say no, but very less disappropriate in terms of those who are possessed. So the ratio between the men and the women on the Nobel Prize is very negligible. And example as the number of people clearing the IIT exams, men are more than the ladies. So you will see them even in sports which are having analytical. Example is chess game. If you see the Grand Slam, so many toppers are coming as a male and very few are ladies. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, definitely it leans towards the female gender. There are different types of intelligence in this material world. Similarly, even the spiritual aspect, some people are not so intelligent. It refers to a particular portion, like a devotional portion, and possess very less, and those people are possess very less devotional portion. You may be talking about foolish that Einstein and Newton and all. They doesn't have the devotional intelligence, but they are foolish, that's why we call. But foolish we are talking is in context of the devotional intelligence. But they don't have, but when it comes to the analytical intelligence, they are the toppers. So they are extraordinary. So with this big background, that intelligence is how important, and devotional intelligence is topmost important. All other intelligence are nothing. It is not, it's a muda, if you are talking about. So let us understand that with this background we will move on to the sloka number 2 to 9. So what it talks about, just to recap that what each sloka is talking about. The person who desires the knowledge of Brahma should worship Brahma, the master of Vedas. The person who desires strong sense should worship Indra. The person desiring a progeny should worship the Prajapati, such as the Dakshaka. So this is not recommended in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is an observation. So we have to clearly understand, Srimad Bhagavatam not recommending to worship the demigods. Now here the activities for those who are not intelligent among men, they don't have more evolved faith. So they don't have more evolved faith. This section can be said to be supplied as an explanation to those who are those who should be, for those who should be worshipped, by first showing the deities whom the foolish worship. Muda, foolish. Foolish means people worship demigods. So foolish don't have the more evolved faith. So they don't say, today they say that last Saturday also I was telling an example. One of my friend is interior company running. So he was on every Friday he spent half a day to worship the Om Shakti in his office. I asked him why you have so much time spending. He said that he was having chronic cold problem, continuously sneezing. So after worshipping the Om Shakti, his problem is solved. So he started having developed faith. So it is a kind of foolish worship. So they don't have the reality of that. So the faith is not fully evolved. It is just for one point of time it is evolved. This is easy for you people to understand. We have seen the people worshipping Brahma, Indra, Dakshaka for various benefits. This was continued up to 9, sloka 9. The Brahmana Pati means the master of the Vedas, and Prajapatis are the sons of Brahma, such as Dakshaka. What the sloka number 3 is talking about, the person who desires prosperity should worship Durga, the person who desiring energy should worship Agni, the person desiring wealth should worship the 8 Vasus, the strong person desiring virility should worship the Rudras. So the strong man who desires abundant semen to enjoy with many women should worship the Rudras. This is what it's trying to tell. And sloka number 4, it talks about the person desiring to eat or feed others should worship the Aditi. The person desiring to severage should worship their son, the 12 Adityas. The person desiring a kingdom should worship the Vishwadevas. The person in agriculture and trade should worship the Sakhayas. The person, the 5th sloka talks about the person who desiring long life should worship the Ashwini Kumaras. Person who is a strong body should worship the earth. Person desiring to stay in his position should worship the heaven and earth, which supports the world by preceding the deities. Sloka number 6, the person desiring beauty should worship Gandharvas. The person desiring to enjoy woman should worship the Apsara and Urvashi. The sloka 7, the person desiring fame should worship Indra. The person desiring the hard wealth should worship Varuna. The person desiring knowledge should worship Shiva. And person desiring affectionate relationship between husband and wife should worship Uma. So sloka number 8, the person desiring dharma should worship dharma. The person desiring many descendants should worship the Pitrus. The person desiring protection should worship the Yakshakas. The person desiring strong sense should worship Marutas. One who is desiring the dominant over the kingdom or empire should worship the Manus. This is the 9th sloka. One who desires the victory over the enemy should worship the demons. One who desires sense gratification should worship the moon. But one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Person of Godhead. Superb. This is for the devotees to understand. That one who desires nothing material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Person of Godhead. So, Raja means the desire to be a king. This is distinguished from the desiring kingdom from which one worships the Vishvat Devas mentioned in the Vedas sloka verse 4. Manu refers to the Manu who protect the Manvantara 71 Yuga cycle each. So that is one Manvantara means 72 Yuga cycle. One Yuga is Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. This is one cycle. Like that 71 cycle is called Manvantara. So now we are in the middle of the Brahma day. So present Manvantara who is ruling us, the name also mentioned in Bhagavatam. So Sukadeva Goswami having mentioned activities of the fool, Abhichara means the killing enemies, Nirta means Rakshasas, and Kamaha means desiring sense gratification. Having mentioned in the activities of the foolish person, Sukadeva Goswami then mentioned that the activities of the intelligent person who has evolved faith, the person desiring to destroy all material desires should worship the Supreme Personality God as Bhagavan. So nicely Sukadeva Goswami he told all the demigods what benefit you will get, but ultimately he said that it's all wasting. It is example is a jailer, he is announcing all the prisoners. Today is Independence Day. Please come and ask whatever boon you want. I will sanction it. Okay, because President also every Republic Day he visits the jail and he gives the whatever the boon they are asking. President can do that. So jailer and President were asking first soldier. Prisoner, what do you want? He said that I am getting only one soap for bathing, I want two. He said sanction, take it. And next person said that I get very less quantity of the meals, I want double of it. Okay, sanction. Third person comes. He said that I have all the facilities, but I am not interested on that. So all I want is excuse me, please release me from this jail. So President sanction it. This is what we are supposed to ask. Intelligent class of people. So from the sloka, such scriptures meant for those who have no interest in worshipping the Supreme Lord. So people who are not having interest in worshipping Supreme Lord, what they can do, they can start worshipping the demigod and they get whatever they want. Who have no sukriti to approach Supreme Lord, they don't have the sukriti. Means good karmas to get worship the Supreme Lord. But because of their own experience, interest in, they actually inclined to worship the devatas and benefit. So with their own interest only, they move towards the devatas and start worshipping. The Vedic literature not want to go like that. Wanted to give opportunity to give them that some closer to the higher teaching of Vedas, so that they will get liberated. You wish to worship devatas, no problem. If you desire knowledge of Brahma, You worship Brahma. Strong sense of worship of Indra, you can do so. You are desiring to worship progeny. If you are desire for a progeny, you can worship Prajapati, son of uh, Brahma, and so on. It is completely all 10 slokas it's given. Finally, what he says, the conclusion is that one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, this raises a very important question. What if I have some material desire? Can I worship Supreme Personality of Godhead? Because Akamaha Purusham Param, feelingly indicate the Supreme Lord not at all potent to fulfill. This is very important for the devotee. Akamaha Purusham Param. The feelingly indicate the Supreme Lord not at all potent to fulfill any material desire. Lord is not interested to give the material desire. So, but because everyone have the different desire of worshipping demigod, one does not have any material desire to worship the Supreme Lord. People outside the world, other than the devotee, we see that they are all very interested to worship the demigod. That's why that every nook and corner, every street, you can find a small temples, and so many devotees are there. Every circle you can find. It may be Jesus, it may be Allah, it may be Ganesha, it may be so many demigods. They keep that even Sai Baba. So whatever the man-made God also they keep and start worshipping them because they are not having any interest. Doesn't have the material. They are very interested in material desires only. So they are not interested to worship the Supreme Lord. But it is not that the Supreme Lord is incapable of fulfilling the material desire. So that we have to understand. Even Supreme Lord can give the material desires also. So this we will be understanding from the next sloka tomorrow, sloka number 10. Thank you for joining. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thanks for joining and patiently hearing. It's very interesting, and people take away that by worshipping demigod we get so many benefits. But if you worship the Supreme Lord, one person, you can get whatever you want. But God is not interested to give the material desire. He is least bothered because by that it is like a prisoner in the prisoner. He is asking one extra soap, he is asking one extra laddu, but he is still in the prison only. It doesn't feel. But all we have to ask is, we have to get out of the prison. That is the essence of today's sloka. Thank you.
Bro, Lord is waiting for you, bro.
Sure.